everyone, it's Julia. So summer is upon us and I've got 5 awesome summer recipes coming your way. These are all quite healthy recipes, but they certainly don't taste like it because they are just so amazingly delicious, super refreshing for summer, and I'm going to be using a lot of seasonal produce that's out right now. So I really hope you guys give these a whirl and let's get started with the video. The first thing I'm going to show you is a super refreshing and sugar-free peach iced tea. So what you're going to need for this is some peach herbal flavored tea, 1 lemon, 1 peach, and a sprig of mint. Super easy. So what I did is I just grabbed a big jug and put a whole sprig of mint in there, as well as 2 tea bags of the herbal tea, the peach flavored one. Now if you can't find peach flavored herbal tea, use another fruit tea. It's totally fine. Then I'm just pouring the boiling hot water right on top so that it can steep and that the flavors will really develop from the mint and of course from the tea bags. Then what I'm gonna just do is let that stand until it's about room temperature. I've removed the tea bags, and now that it's room temperature, I'm going to add up the slices of 1 whole peach and 1 whole lemon, and that's really going to help the flavors to develop while they're just sitting in the peach water, or like the peach tea water. I'm going to stick it in the fridge so it cools down completely, so it's nice and refreshing, and then just before serving, just add some ice cubes and then you're ready to go. Next, I'm going to show you a delicious melon pasta salad. This is so perfect. I always get requests to do this when I'm invited to some kind of barbecue event. So you're going to need 500 grams of whole wheat pasta for this, some feta cheese, various kinds of melon, 200 grams of bacon, the juice of 1 lemon, and some olive oil and some apple vinegar. And you're also going to need some fresh herbs, and I'll show you that later which ones I added to mine. First thing, I just cooked the pasta as per instructions on the package. So mine were penne and they required about 14 minutes in some salted water. Then you're going to prepare the melon. So at first remove the inside seeds, which I compost, so that's always good. And I've got a few different varieties here. I've got a Gallia, a Charente, and a small watermelon. And this is really gonna make the different colors look really nice in the salad. And I'm actually using a melon scooper for this. Yes, I actually have a proper tool for this. But if you don't have this, don't worry, just cut it up into little bite-sized chunks and just scoop out all the flesh from the different melons into a large bowl. So you can see that this makes these cute little balls. I think this is perfect, but you don't really need this tool. And as you can see, the different colors just make for a really fun, colorful salad here. Once you've got all your melon, just set that aside. And meanwhile, we're gonna do the bacon. So I've got a strip of bacon here, and I'm just gonna cut those into smaller strips. So you should have about this, and then I'm just gonna fry that up quickly in a pan. And remember that when you're doing bacon, you don't need to add any additional oil because bacon already has a ton of fat in it, so don't add any more cooking oil. And when they're done, I like to just put it on a paper towel, and that really helps to soak up some of the additional oil. Now the pasta is ready, and I just went ahead and strained it, and then I like to cool it down by just rinsing it with cold water. And then you're ready to actually assemble the salad. So I'm just using a big Tupperware and just adding the pasta first, and then crumbling in all the bacon strips that you've fried up. And then I added some fresh mint and some basil and some chives. I got those fresh from my garden. Then I've crumbled up the feta right on top, so it's a good sized chunk, and I'm just crumbling that in with my hands. I'm going to do the dressing right on top, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Then a little bit of Tabasco. This is optional. I just like how it tastes with the melon, and I'm adding a little bit of salt and pepper, and also the apple vinegar, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons of that. Lastly, I'm going to add the juice of half of a lemon, and I'm just doing this right over my hand to catch any seeds that fall out, and the lemon is going to add a nice acidity with the melons, which I'm adding now, so I'm just dumping those all in, and then give that a good mix so that all the flavors combine. And then you're ready to serve up this spectacular salad. I hope you really try this out because it is an amazing recipe and it tastes so great. Next, we're doing a quinoa tabbouleh inspired dish, and this one is 100% vegan, so it's great for those non-meat and dairy eaters. So you're going to need 250 grams of quinoa, some tomatoes, a cucumber, 2 small onions or 1 large one, the juice of 2 lemons, and some extra virgin olive oil. So for this, I'm weighing out about 250 grams of the quinoa. Now, if you've never tried quinoa before, I really hope you try it because it's super healthy, it's high in protein, and it's just a really great, nutritious grain. It actually it's a seed. It comes from, I think, the Andes or somewhere in South America. It's really great to make salads with. And I actually cook my quinoa just like pasta. So I grab a big pot of water, put some salt in it, and then just randomly throw in the quinoa and then boil it. It takes about like 15 minutes until they're cooked. Meanwhile, we're gonna do the veggies. So I'm slicing up some cucumbers here lengthwise and then just chopping them into little bite-sized pieces. And then I'm also gonna do the tomatoes. So I'm just chopping these up again. Nothing super fancy, just chopping up some tomatoes. Next, I'm chopping up a huge bunch of parsley, which is really important, and a few sprigs of mint. And this is going to give that really typical tabbouleh flavor. So grab a lot of parsley. You can even use more than what I'm using here, and just chop that up really finely with the mint. And then we're gonna assemble the salad. So I'm putting in the cucumbers and the tomatoes first, adding all the herbs. I've also chopped up the onions into little small pieces, and I'm gonna add those right now. You can also use spring onions instead if you want. And I'm gonna add also the juice of the 2 lemons which I squeezed, and also I'm gonna do the dressing right on top. So again, 2 tablespoons of good quality extra virgin olive oil and some salt and pepper. And that's it. We're just gonna mix that up with the other vegetables so that the flavors develop once again. Then I'm going to drain the quinoa, and this is what it should look like once it's cooked. It's sprouted so that you know it's ready, and it's kind of has that softer texture. I'm gonna drain it, rinse it in cold water so it's cooled down completely, and then I'm just adding it to the rest of the salad and mixing that through. And then you're ready to serve up a super refreshing and very, very healthy quinoa salad. Next, I'm going to show you a really exotic tasting Indian mango lassi. I love lassis. I used to drink them all the time when I was in India, and this is such a great recipe. You're going to need some mango, some plain yogurt, rose water, ground cardamom, and some cashew nuts to do this. I'm going to show you a really easy way how to cut up mango if you're using fresh ones. So first cut alongside the seed inside, so you've got a big half, and then I'm scoring the inside with a knife. Then you can kind of flip the fruit inside out like I've done here, and then you just cut away the chunks. So this is a really easy way to do mangoes. If you're using the frozen kind, that's totally fine. You can use those as well. And mangoes are pretty expensive here, so I want to use every little piece that I can from this mango, so including the stuff that's along the sides. Now I'm putting all the mango bits into my blender. I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon about of rose water. If you can't find this, check out a health food store or like a sort of an ethnic food store. If you can find something like that, it tastes so wonderful. And you're also gonna add some cardamom. This is really gonna give that Indian flavor with these exotic spices and the different flavors. So I'm adding some cardamom to the mango. Then I'm gonna grab some plain unsweetened yogurt, and I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons of the yogurt. Then I'm just gonna add about half a glass of cold tap water. Then just blend that up. And if you want to add some sweetness, you can either add sugar or honey or agave syrup. I actually use stevia because I don't really want any extra sugar, so I'm adding some stevia and then blending that up again. And then you can just pour that into your glass. If you're using fresh mango, you can do it on top of ice cubes for a nice chilled, cool mango lassi. And then just add the chopped up cashew nuts on the top, which is, I actually had this quite a lot in India, and they always added those nuts on the top. Put a straw in it and you're done. Super refreshing. For dessert, I'm going to show you a really easy strawberry frozen yogurt, and these are popsicles, so they're really fun to eat. And for this, you're going to need some plain yogurt, some strawberries, some seasonal fruit. I used apricots, and of course the popsicle forms. And I don't even know why I have that random bowl sitting there because I didn't even use it. I used frozen strawberries for mine, so I just quickly popped them in the microwave to thaw them so that they're easier to work with. And then I'm adding some plain yogurt to the mix. And to sweeten, I added a little bit of stevia. Now, stevia is actually a natural sweetener. For those of you who are wondering, it comes from a plant. And then I just blended it up using my handheld mixer so that you get a nice smooth texture with the strawberries. Then I'm gonna chop up some fresh apricots. You can use whatever seasonal fruit is available to you, and I just chop those up into little bite-sized chunks, and these are gonna go in the popsicles. So I'm adding it to the mixture with the strawberry and the yogurt and just whisk that up quickly. And then pour it into your popsicle forms, and these guys are probably the worst popsicle forms ever. I just ended up making a huge mess. Like, who designed this thing? It's just made by a really not very kitchen savvy person. But anyhow, then you put the lids on them, like the popsicle sticks, I guess, and then pop them in the freezer for a couple hours until they're completely frozen, and then you've got this amazing, refreshing frozen yogurt popsicle with the chunks of the apricots in it. It's super yummy and super refreshing on those hot summer days, and really healthy because you haven't really added any extra sugar. So enjoy. And now it's my absolute favorite time. I get to eat all the stuff I've made. Yoo-hoo! So I've dished everything up. I put it into nice little platters. This is great if you're going to be hosting like a dinner party in the summer or a barbecue grill party, something like that. Or you could just have it like that. Honestly, this makes a great lunch. The quinoa tabbouleh is super refreshing with the mint and all the fresh herbs and the lemon juice, and this melon pasta salad. I get so many requests for this and it tastes fabulous. I really hope you try this out. The super refreshing iced tea, low in sugars because you're not adding anything to it, so it's really healthy. And the mango lassi is just that perfect exotic little treat. Time to dig in. Oh my gosh, I was so thirsty at this point. I'm just enjoying my food here over on my patio. Oh, so good. I was so hungry at this point making all this lovely food, so I was just waiting to dig in, and it tasted really good. So I hope you guys try out these recipes. So let me know which recipe really stuck out for you, which one you're gonna try, and I hope you like all of them. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and leave your comments below, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye!